Dear students, this is V.S.N. Kumar, Department of Computer Science, Archer Degree College, Kakinada. Welcome back to Object-Oriented Programming using Java. Now in this section, I am going to start the actual core concept. What is Object-Oriented Programming? As you know already, C is a structured programming language. It means where we write programs using functions. Printf, scanf, fopen, fclose, getchar, clr, scr, everything relating to functions. Whereas Java is object-oriented programming language. That means here the key actor is object. This object or these objects are created from classes. So, in object-oriented programming like Java, where we write programs using classes, we operate the classes with the help of objects. That is the primary concept of object-oriented programming. Like C language, here also we use variables, constants, and all types of control statements, everything. But the thing is, instead of creating variables directly, where we create variables in an entity, that is called object. So that we collect all individual variables in a name. We name it as object. For example, in C language, we write int a comma b comma c, of course float, double, what it may be. It means the system will create three locations, one for a, one for b, one for c. But when we come into the Java, it is different, because in Java, instead of creating variables, where we create the same variables in an object. So it means, assume I am creating an object AA, just like structure variable. In C language, structure variable just like we create AA. In AA we are collecting A, B and C. So it means we are encapsulated inside the object. Here AA is called object, inside AA we combined A, B, C. Here the A, B, C are called member variables. Here we say A, B, C are called member variables. Are called member variables. To operate the member variables, where we write methods. So here assume there will be methods. We say it as methods. That means a object contains instant variables and methods, or member variables or methods. That means instead of creating individually, where we combine. For example, you are going to write a C program with main and some sub functions like fact, power, where we are going to write different functions. And inside the program where you define variables, where we write methods. That is my concept. At the time of running, variables will be created. What are the functions we created that operates the variables in C language. But the same thing here in object oriented, instead of creating variables in another location, creating methods in another location, where we combine the instant variables and methods in a name. Here I given the name as AA, or you may write anything. This AA is called object. How do we combine instant variables and methods in a single location? That is possible with the help of classes. That is possible with the help of classes. That's why in Java, where we write every program using classes. Because class is the only technique that encapsulates instant variables and methods in a single name. That is the logic of object-oriented programming. Why object-oriented programming? Assume that nowadays you are observing that everything is network based. A network based is nothing but where we transfer the information or data or we share things from one system to another system. In a simple term, where we interact with other computers, where we pass our message to other computers. This is nothing but exchange of information, that is networks. A network is nothing but the interconnection of two or more computers to each other. So that what happen? You will be allowed to send messages to other, from other he will send a message to you. It is not only a text message, it is possible to pass images, graphical user interfaces, files, audios, videos, whatever the thing you want, even web pages, emails, everything are possible to exchange. That is the specialty of network. But the thing is, I want to send a message to another computer. Okay, what is the message I want to send? That message is available in my computer. I want to send that message to another computer. So it means a message never be transferred individually. Hello, how are you? This is a message I want to transfer. Okay, I know how do I create message, but how this message will be transferred? That is the important thing. A message is transferred to another computer by placing the message in an object. Because sending a message is nothing but just speaking words. So what is the message you are sending? That message should be transferred to the target. When it is reaching to target, there may be a chance of passing through different servers. And also one server's internal format is different to another server internal format. So that what will happen? Whatever my format should be converted to another server, from that place it will be converted to another server, from that place it will be reached to another server. This is the concept, what we want. So, network, through the network ascending, in that moment it is possible that we can pass such type of messages using object oriented, because object oriented supports classes. Through the classes we create objects. In the object you maintain your message, and where you want to transfer that we combine methods also. So that what the message you want to send, that is nothing but member variable. How this message will be transferred to other place, that is called method. Now this object will be transferred. So that what the purpose of methods? Methods are nothing but functions or the code you are writing. The purpose of this code is to manipulate these messages or the variables, so that your object and its message will be transferred easily from one system to another system. Today you are seeing ATM. When you are going to insert your ATM card and after input your money, then your money is given by your ATM. By checking is your account is right or wrong, everything from the server it is going to communicate. This is what is the concept, call it as object oriented. Through objects it is possible that we can send information from one system to another system. Now see here, it is a new programming technique used to design programs. The object oriented concept allows to design programs by enclosing attributes and behaviors. Object programming supports, instead of creating variables in one side, instead of creating methods or functions on another side, and these functions will show the activity on the variables. It means variables and methods will be created different places in structured programming. But in object-oriented programming, it is not like that. We combine these two things in an object. In a single place, we use attributes with the help of behaviors. In object-oriented programming, we call attributes. These are called attributes. The variables what we are collecting in the object, the variables are called attributes. Attributes are nothing but the variables you are using. as instance variables. Here we should not say in object-oriented, in Java we should not say these are called variables. These are called instant variables or attributes. And behaviors as methods. Here you should not say functions, we say it is methods. This programming helps to secure data from outside function. What is the use of object-oriented? Because the only advantage is here variables are there, methods will be there. Both are available in a single place. So what happens? It prevents, object programming prevents the outside methods to modify your inner instance variables, so that security will be created. The biggest danger in networking is hacking. Somebody will steal your information. That is the actual problem what we are going to face. Because in the network system, the one of the thing we require security. How the security is maintained in object oriented? Because whatever the manipulation you want to perform, for doing such manipulations we write methods. The methods are already inside, so that what will happen? These methods will operate its personal variables. C, it is not like that. In C, variables will be in some other place, methods will be some outside. So this outside method will show the activity on the variables. So that what happen? If anybody writes any method, that method will perform the action on your variables. That's how where is your security. In the object oriented, we are combining these items in object. So that what happen? The variables are operated to these methods. This is what is how the security will be maintained. The data is operated with the help of available methods. The data is operated, whatever the A, B, C are there, these data will be operated with the method, because we combine both in one place. That is the actual thing. The best example I am telling you, example for object is human being, myself or yourself. Myself is an object because I have variables, I have properties, I have instant variables. Every human being has instant variables. My eye, my hands, my height, my weight, my name, my color, my legs. What you are seeing in the human being, everything is called instant variables. My name, my height, my color, my hands, my legs, everything is called instant variables, because we say these are called attributes, these are called properties. What you are seeing in the human being. What about the methods? Object contains instant variables and methods. I told you instant variables, member variables and methods. Object means. So what are the methods in human being? You know, hand is instant variable, but how hand is writing? A method is inside your brain. This method will make you to write your hand. You are walking. Legs are instant variables, but you are walking, because a method will make you to walk. You are speaking, you are listening, you are singing a song, you are dancing, because there is a method inside your brain, hundreds of methods. Each method performs an action. So that with the help of the properties, hands, with the help of the methods, human is thinking, human is walking, human is jumping. This is called real-time objects. What you are seeing around, everything is real-time objects. Just see this computer. So the resolution, the width, the height, the colors, what you are seeing, what are the buttons, everything will be called properties or member variables. What are the methods? When you switch on your computer, how it will start, that is method. Methods are nothing but behavior, programs that are available inside. That method will fire when a particular action you perform. You are adjusting your sound. Sound is property, but adjusting the sound is a method. Scooter horn is instant variable. When you click scooter horn, how it whistles, that is method. So this is what is called it as object oriented. Now in object oriented, what you are doing, instead of spreading the variables, writing methods, through the methods how you are going to operate the variable, not like that. You create an object, inside the object where you create variables and where you create methods, so that everything is available in a single name. Later on you can move this object to some other place, so that when you are moving this object, your instant variables, means your member variables and methods, everything will be transferred to other place. Characteristics of object-oriented programming. You know structure programming. Structure programming is very much important because it concentrates only on your logic. How great you are writing your program, how simple you are writing your program, that concentrates. Structure programming always checks the length of the program. I am writing program in 20 lines. You are writing your program, same program in 8 lines. So you will be great. Because logic, it concentrates logic. But object-oriented programming concentrates your data rather than program. I have an object with my personal data. It means no one will access my data. It means I want to secure my data. Why I created object, inside why I placed methods, why I placed instant variables, everything I am placing inside the object. This means others never access my object. So, object-oriented programming emphasis is on data rather than procedures. How smart you are writing the code is not important in object, but how smart my object is secured, so that my data never be seen by others. So that's it, concentrates on data, but structure programming concentrates on coding. Of course there is a coding, but here the coding is my object data wants to access by myself or by my friend, others never access my data. Actually this object is mine, my object data may access by my friend, so there will be some relationship between us. So it is called protected access. Outers never access my object. So this is what is called security. In object-oriented programming, programs are divided into objects. That's all. In any object-oriented programming, take Java, C++, where we write program using classes, but you operate the classes with the help of objects. That's why objects are called runtime entities. Runtime entities, where we combine instant variables and methods. The objects are created from class programs. So, if you want to write program in Java, you have to write classes. To run the classes, you require objects. In object, methods help to operate objects. In objects, your data is inside, your methods will be inside, but your data never comes out. Instead, what are the methods, we kept it inside in the object, we use the methods to operate our member variables or instant variables. That's why this object is nothing but your personal room. You never go out because everything is available. Every activity, methods, everything is available in my room. So that fully secured. When you are inside your room, it means fully secured. Like here also, in the object, everything is available in the object are operated by its own methods and its attributes. Object contains both instant variables and methods. Every object contains instant variables and methods. Data is hidden and cannot be accessed by external functions. I told you this is a object. There are two variables a, b, and there is a function f1, there is a function f2. This is object. Now what I am going to do here is, I am writing a function f5 that is outside, or somebody has written this method or function. Using this function I want to access this AB values. The purpose of object-oriented programming is, it is a security based. That means whatever the methods are available inside, that will be operated. That will allow to operate your instant variables. It will not allow outside methods. So that your data is secured. So data is hidden inside the object, cannot be accessed by external functions. New data and methods can be easily added whenever necessary. For example, I want to add one more method. You may write it. You may add it inside. Or in some situations, there is another object BB, there is a variable C and there is a method F4. Now my object AA wants this C. So in AA there will be AB, F1, F2, F3 functions are there. In BB there is a C, F4 function. It means now the C I wants to access from AA. So it means, of course, the content of BB is not possible to access by AA. The content of AA is not possible to access by BB. But if you create a relationship, if you create a relationship, then it is possible that you operate the other object into your object. That is the concept. This is what is called inheritance. So it means where everything is object, through one object you are operating with another object, and at the same time instead of writing F4 function again in AA, whatever the F4 is there in BB, you may use it inside. Like that, you may use one object properties into another object. This is what is called as characteristics of object-oriented programming. Dear students, it is a new programming paradigm, a very useful programming, because nowadays everything is network based. In the network based, your data you need to transfer to other place in full security. That means you need to maintain your data in secured manner, so that the only secured manner means the data is operated by its own methods, not from outside methods. Because in my brain I have methods. My methods will operate my properties, my instant variables. If outside methods, if I am going to take to operate my properties, there will be a danger. Okay. So like here also, how we store everything in an object, that is the primary concept of object oriented. Okay. Just see this, what is object oriented programming and characteristics of object oriented programming. Okay. Dear students, this is the today's section, and also it is very important, object oriented, because it is in a simple word, it is going to give you 10 marks in final examination, because Java is object oriented programming. Without what is object oriented programming, how you know? Once again I am telling you, instead of creating variables individually, instead of creating functions individually, where we variables and functions created in an object, so that everything is combined in an object. That is the importance of object oriented programming. Okay. That is why we are writing programs using classes, we are operating the classes with the help of objects. So here object is the key role, that is why it is called object oriented programming. If our data, everything is in the objects moves easily from one place to another place. Why we are selecting Java for doing such operations? Why in C we never move any data, but whereas in Java we move data that is available in the form of object. So dear students, this is end of today's section. In the next section I will explain the basic features of object oriented programming. Okay. Thank you. Please read this information, object oriented programming, characteristic object programming, read it either through textbooks or through internet, because one of the important question, and it is complete theoretical base, because why object oriented programming? Without knowing this theory, you never start a programs in object oriented, that is Java. Okay. Thank you all, have a nice day.